Hey everybody, what is going on? So today in this video, we're going to talk some Looney Tunes. Looney Tunes, you heard me right. We're not talking about Disney today. We're going to talk about this new Looney Tunes cartoon trailer that dropped just the other day. Now, before we get into that subject though, I do want to mention I did a really fun collaboration on Theme Park Wizards channel. Link up above. What we did was we went through every California adventure attraction. We ranked them, right? It was a really good time. Disney Family Man 23 joined us. It's just a really fun video. Again, link up above. Check it out when you get a chance. And subscribe to Theme Park Wizard. That guy is really awesome. He's a friend of the channel. He works his butt off and does a lot of great content. So subscribe and check out that video when you get a chance. So let's talk about Looney Tunes, okay? So this trailer dropped a few days ago and I absolutely fell in love with it. In fact, it probably sold me on subscribing to HBO Plus. Okay, that's what kind of impact it had on me. Now, I've always been a Warner Brothers Animation Looney Tunes fan. Always. You know, I love the old school cartoons back in the day, like the Chuck Jones style animation. I think they're hilarious, okay? I think it's so funny that these characters, how they all try to kill each other and everything. I think these characters are really, really timeless. And it's kind of funny that, well, not funny, but it's interesting to me how the Warner Brothers cartoons, the legacy characters, the Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, Elmer Fudd, Tweety Bird, these are kind of like the closest I think we have to like the Fab Five, like for the Disney characters like Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, Goofy, Minnie Mouse, right? So these Looney Tune characters are something really, really special. And you know, the old school cartoons were fantastic, and then there was kind of like a golden era again in the 90s when they did like Tiny Toons, Animaniacs. You know, they really were knocking it out of the park. And then once AOL bought Time Warner, you know, in the early 2000s, I think, everything started to kind of go downhill, okay? But I am here to say, and I'm happy to say it, it looks like the Looney Tunes are back, and they're back in a really, really brilliant way, okay? The trailer, if you haven't checked it out already, link up above. It really reminds me of the really old school Looney Tunes cartoons. It looks really, really funny. Now, the artwork, the animation, the style, the personalities, they all seem to be intact. Okay, now Warner Brothers didn't try to go with a super stylized, like Cartoon Network style for this new series. You know, they look just like they did back in the day. And I love that about it. I absolutely love that. This is a return to form for Warner Brothers Animation. I gotta say, Warner Brothers, these Looney Tunes characters have so much potential. So much potential. Like I said, they're very much like on par with the Disney characters. But Warner Brothers have really been mismanaging this property, this IP, for such a long time. And I'm really glad it looks like they're really getting back on their game with this and really giving the Looney Tunes what they deserve. Now, for those of you that are you know, not old enough to remember or whatever, or for those of you that are old enough to remember, the 90s was really a golden age for Warner Brothers Animation. You know, when Steven Spielberg did like the Tiny Toon Adventures and the Animaniacs, these were brilliant cartoons that rivaled the old Looney Tunes cartoons, you know, back in like the 40s, 50s, and 60s. Okay, these were brilliant cartoons. Warner Brothers was real competition for Disney in the 90s. You know, even their studio store. I mean, look, you know, guys, I'm a huge Disney fan. My whole channel is dedicated to Disney. Okay, but the Warner Brothers studio store was better than the Disney stores. They were absolutely fantastic. They had like more of an adult vibe, you know, a lot of hardwood floor, kind of more of a real studio vibe to them, but they were legit better. Google them, you'll see they looked fantastic. And when AOL bought Time Warner, they unfortunately sold all the stores. They got rid of them, and they're gone now. You can't find any of them anymore. But I don't want to digress too far, but these Looney Tune cartoons that I saw the trailer for the other day for HBO Max look really, really good. This is what I want from Warner Brothers. I want them to get back into giving us quality Looney Tunes entertainment. You know, I mean, man, it's so frustrating because it's like the Warner Brothers characters really are on par with the Disney characters. Bugs Bunny is like a Mickey Mouse, and you can do so much with that, and they've slept on it for years. So now that Warner Brothers has new management with AT&T, hopefully this is a sign of things to come. Hopefully we see Warner Media really taking these franchises more seriously, and it really gives me more hope, more optimism for the Animaniacs reboot that is coming. Okay, because I was honestly worried about that. I was really concerned about that reboot because the original show from the 90s was so brilliant, but it looks like Steven Spielberg is back on board for this new Animaniacs reboot, and judging from this trailer for the Looney Tunes cartoons, it looks like Warner Brothers Animation is back on their game. I am so excited. I'm telling you guys, a lot of people talk about, you know, Universal and things like that. Warner Brothers is where it's at. If Warner Brothers really stepped up their game and built really cool theme parks and center stuff around the Looney Tunes, that would be competition for me in terms of Disney. So I love this stuff. But what do you guys think about the Looney Tunes trailer? Have you seen it? Did you like it? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Did you hate it? Comment below. I'd love to hear from you guys. Let's talk about it. And like, subscribe, and as always,